These are heat lamps. I always buy extras. They do tend to get a bit fragile if they're banged around a bit when you're cleaning your brooder or birds hopping up and knocking into them. The one that is on my brooder right now that doesn't look extra special clean because it was used outdoors, it's 2 years old. So I've had really good luck with that one. That's not usually the case. They're very lightweight, nice regular screw-in end on them. You could screw them into, lamp, or if you had some other hanging light fixture. You don't have to buy the metal ones. Those are heavy duty and generally made for outdoor use, depending on the type that you purchase. Definitely for being on your porch or your garden. They're not going to draw moisture. And, those are probably the lights, a package of lights. I think they were 2 for $10 at Tractor Supply. And the light fixtures themselves sell anywhere from between $6 to around $12 or $15, depending on how large of a one you want, with the reflector area, which is the silver metal that goes around it. We also have them in white that are heat lights. I've used the white before when we've had batches of chicks and guineas and ducklings in the wintertime. I just got whatever lights I could when we had the brooder in the garage, a much larger one, and I want to make sure they stayed really, really warm. They do like the light one. They will flock to it and sit under it. For some reason, they do really like that bright colored light. I'm assuming natural tendencies reminds them of the sun. But we had pecking problems with my white leghorn chicken, so I've not used this one for a while, but wanted you to see the differences between the two. This white is a little bit smaller in its diameter than the red one, but it's actually more powerful. But it's a cage style light. Gives a little bit of extra protection perhaps. I'm not sure. It's just a different style. It's what I happened to find on sale when I needed one. And here is a chicken feeder, similar to the one that you saw in my brooder. This one has slots in it instead of the round openings. When you have there, I have one with round openings like that, and it's oblong without a topper on it. I find the ones with the topper gives less waste and less moisture getting to the feed than the ones that are just metal that lay across the bottom of your brooder, because they tend to get dirty. The birds sit on top of it and they defecate in it, and they walk on it with wet feet or yucky feet. So I like the one that's in there now with a bottle topper. It keeps things cleaner, and so does this one. It just does not hold as much food. And once we got the guineas, I switched out with a taller bottle one, because those guineas are voracious eaters. They eat 3 times as much as the ducklings. But you can see, hopefully here with the openings on it, I can get a fingernail, my whole finger underneath of it. You need to really be very careful when you're looking at ones that are with round plastic trays like this, thinking, oh, that's a waterer. Well, it's not, it's a feeder. And if you're to try to use this as a waterer, because the openings are so large, the water is just going to come out, and as soon as you set it down, you'll lose about half of it. My husband was trying to be helpful, and he accidentally grabbed the wrong one, put water to this by mistake, and almost half the water came out immediately. And as soon as they start to drink, the void that creates in there with the air and how it drops, I've lost the rest of the water. So make sure you read carefully. They usually have feeders and waters in bins right next to each other. Sometimes the store, they get moved around for people picking them up and then putting them back down. So make sure you grab a water and a feeder of whatever type you prefer, and not 2 of each, because you'll just be running back to the store. This is Chick Starter. I've used all different kinds of brands. I like the idea of organic. I would love to be able to make my own chicken feed. We'd have to grow some more things and order from Whole Foods in order to do that. So it's not very realistic. Doomer is what I usually get because it's good quality and it's not very expensive. My husband, being a sweetheart, knows I like organic and natural things, and bought organic. This was probably twice as much as the same size bag. The bag that I just threw away this morning that was nearly the same size was about $5. I'm guessing this 5-pound bag was probably $12 or $15. So if you have the extra cash, want to buy organic, go for it. It's awesome. But it is going to be pricier than just buying the regular Chick Starter. I do not ever buy medicated. I don't want those extra chemicals and whatever other manufacturer things they put in there. I medicate the animals myself naturally by sprinkling, for 7 guineas and 3 ducklings, probably a pinch to a pinch and a half of oregano and cinnamon over their feed or in their water. They're natural antibiotics. They prevent against respiratory issues with chickens and guineas can be prone to. And at different times, I will also throw in a little bit of turmeric or grate some garlic over the feed. That's great for worming and mites. And put a little bit of diatomaceous earth in there and sprinkle on them to keep away mites and any bugs. I'll detail all this in the article if you haven't read it already. But so I do my own medicating. I just don't really like to use any antibiotics commercially manufactured or anything like that unless I have to. My dog Fluffy lived to just shy 17 years old, and the only time he saw a vet was for an annual rabies shot. Everything else I did with him, I did naturally. So I treat the guineas and the rest of our livestock the same way.